In today's world, hustle culture is spreading like never before. Every single person seems to be in a hurry, giving advices on hard work, crush it and go for it. But today we are going to learn something deep and real insights of building a successful business and empire. This video is not about comparing or commenting over hard work, smart work or no work at all. This is something about serving over selling. It is about your focus on being more than owning more, and focus on right business mindsets of running a marathon over a sprint. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill mentioned, when you begin to think and grow rich, you will observe that riches begin with a state of mind, with definiteness of purpose and with little or no hard work. See, Napoleon had read, researched and worked with more rich people than anyone else in the history of humanity. And this little book, The Go-Giver by Burg, gives us the hidden recipe of entering into that state of mind. You know, most people just laugh when they hear that the secret of success is giving. But again, most people are nowhere near as successful as they wish they were. This is one of my favorite books which resonate with my values and ethics, that you get success by helping enough people succeed. This little book has the potential to flip your thoughts on business and life just upside down. It provides massive value for your career by describing the 5 stratospheric laws of success. You can elevate your wealth and life for the very next level following these 5 laws. They share the hidden gems to upgrade your marketing, selling and networking to create massive positive change in your personal and professional life. This timeless wisdom revolves around the story of Joe. He is a hard-working, ambitious guy and a go-getter in his corporate community. His strategies have helped him succeed faster than others, but now he feels stuck and he cannot figure out how to go to the next level of his career. He makes a handsome amount of money, but he misses the spark of thriving and his family life feels pretty robotic. And then he hit the adversity in his business as well. One of his friends connected Joe with Pindar, who accepted to mentor Joe and share his secrets for nothing but just one condition, that Joe has to apply the law same day he learned them. Let's learn these 5 laws of stratospheric success. The first one is the law of value. For this, Pindar introduced Joe to his good friend Ernesto. Ernesto started his journey with nothing but enough money to buy a hot dog cart and the license to run it. But now he owns commercial real estate worth several $100 million and half dozens of restaurants. Ernesto shared his secret to Joe and said, "Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in values than you take in payment." To Joe, it sounds like the recipe to bankruptcy. He says, "It's almost like you are trying to avoid making money." Truth is, not at all. Does it make money is a great question, but it's a bad first question. The first question always should be, does it serve well? Does it add values? If the answer is yes, then you can go ahead and ask, does it make money? You give more in values than you take in payments. You give and give because you love to. It's not a strategy, it's a way of life. And then very profitable things start to happen when you learn to give. Ernesto went ahead and explained, "See Joe, a bad restaurant tries to give just enough food and service both in quantity and quality to justify the amount of money it takes. But a good restaurant strives to give most to quantity and quality for money it takes. But a great restaurant strives to provide higher quality of food and services than any amount of money could possibly pay for." Then comes the second law, the law of compensation. This time, Pindar introduced Joe to a woman named Nicole. She was a bona fide genius. She runs one of the most successful educational software companies in the world with more than $200 million in annual revenue. She shared, "Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. In simpler words, your compensation is directly proportional to how many lives you touch. You want to have more success, find ways to serve more people." See, the first law determines how valuable you are. It's a potential success or how much you could earn. But it's the second law which determines how much you actually do earn. For the third law, Pindar introduced Joe to his own financial advisor, Sam. Sam shared the law of influence. Here's the gold nugget from author. See, there are three universal reasons for working: survive, save, and serve. Survive to meet your basic living needs, save to go beyond the basic needs, and serve to make a contribution to the world around you. Most people spend their entire life focusing on first, a smaller number focus in second, but those real few who are truly successful, not just financially, but genuinely successful in all aspects of their lives, they focuses squarely on the third one. I want you to wrap your brain cells around this wisdom and decide in which category you want to belong. You want to survive, save, or serve this world. Here is the third law, the law of influence. It states your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interest first. Because if you place other people's interest first, your interest will be always taken care of. No business thrives without people. In any business, you need to know how to develop and strengthen network. By network, I don't necessarily mean your customer or client. I mean network of people who knows you, who likes you, and who trust you. They might never buy a thing from you, but they always got you in the back of their minds. They are your army of personal walking ambassadors. And when you have such an army of personal walking ambassadors, you will have reference coming your way faster than you can handle them. And how do you do it? By placing other people's interests first. What is called as win-win is really just a disguised way of keeping track. I scratched your back, so now you owe me. That's not being a friend, that's being a creditor. Forget about 50-50. It's a losing proposition. The only winning proposition is 100. Focus on other person wins and you will get the same in return. And this is how you got the real influence. Let's learn the fourth law, maybe the most crucial law of this book. This is the law of authenticity, which says the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. Here is another wisdom nugget from author. Why would anybody will work at all if you got hundreds of $1 million net worth? And the answer is they just love what they do. They love talking to people, reinventing themselves and the market. And most importantly, finding ways to help, serve, and share resources with others. It's called being resourceful. In Law of Authenticity, author explains reaching any goal you set takes 10% of specific knowledge or technical skills, and the other 90+% is people skill. Well, what is the foundation of all people skill? Liking people, caring about people, or being a good listener? All are helpful, but they are not the core of it. The core of people's skills is who you are, and it starts with you. As long as you're trying to be someone else, you have no possibility of truly reaching people. The most valuable thing you have to give people is yourself. No matter what you think you are selling, what you are really offering is you. This worth 10,000 times more than all the closing techniques in the world. It's called authenticity. Let's learn the fifth law for your successful life. This is the law of receptivity. Well, I must admit, I always had a hard time with receiving. I had this belief that it's better to give than to receive. I also had negative emotions related to receiving, which makes me feel uneasy in such situations. Thanks to God, later in my life, I realized it's a stupid idea. Is it better to exhale than to inhale? Obviously not. Universe work in harmony. You don't own anything. Everything is borrowed from nature and needs to return back on time. And when you can't own anything, what is the point of giving being superior than receiving? You just share what you receive. Be receptive and let the resource pass through you. Indian yogi and mystic Sadhguru once said, if you become very receptive, you find everything is effortless because you are now a well-lubricated being. So the key idea is, it's not better to give than to receive. It is insane to try to give and not receive. Receiving is the natural state of giving. If you give and then try to stop the receiving that comes back, you are like the person who watching the tides roll out and commanding not to come back. Every giving can happen only because it is also a receiving. Here is another wisdom nugget from author. All the giving in the world won't bring success, won't create the results you want unless you make yourself willing and able to receive in like measures. Because if you don't let yourself receive, you are refusing the gift of others and you shut down the flow. You see, human beings are born with appetite. Nothing is more naturally receptive than a baby. So be open to receive and receive graciously. Here is the secret to your success. The secret of having or getting is giving, and the secret to giving is making yourself open to receiving. So these are the 5 laws of your stratospheric success. I encourage you to note them on a piece of paper and stick somewhere where you can reach to them again and again. Also watch this video a few times, come back to this one and let this timeless wisdom impress upon your brain cells more strongly. First law is the law of value. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in values than you take in payment. Second law is the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Third law is the law of influence. Your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. The fourth law is the law of authenticity. The most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. And the last one is the law of receptivity. The key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. If I have served well my part with this video, then please share your thoughts with me in the comment box. Which law resonates with you most? What actions are you going to take? And which book you would like me to explain next? Also, help the world by sharing this wisdom with at least 3 people who can benefit from this video. Thank you. If you want more such content, please subscribe to my channel Reading Leaf, because I will keep uploading such mindful content which help you in improving the quality of your life. Thank you.